Good morning and welcome to week 2, Wednesday the 29th of April 2020, and this is lesson 1. Let's have a quick look at our timetable for today, as it is for most days, so we can see what is in front of us. Lesson 1, spelling activity with a writing activity, and we'll finish off that Alchemist one today, which will involve you taking the sentence starter and continuing on with your own story. Lesson 2 will be the reading activity for Wednesday on the peer pressure comic book, and the focus writing. I have a special activity for you guys if you've kept pace with me that will really help your understanding of newspaper articles. Lesson 3 will continue on with Wednesday mathematicals and the second part of the BOD Maths assessment. Okay. So, as we always do, let's go into our thrash chart to get ourselves into that spelling thinking, and we're going to say our phonemes, our 24 consonants and our 20 vowels together. And as we're saying our phonemes, we're looking at our key graphemes. These are the key ways that are the most common ways to spell that sound. But as we know, there are many different ways to spell a phoneme. And when we get back into the classroom, we'll continue to examine that. So here we go. Get your mouths ready. Make sure the sound comes out nice and clearly. B, k, ch, d, g, j, l, m, n, p, r, s, j, sh, t, the, w, y, and z. Our 20 vowels, and this is where it ties into our spelling this week, because where the vowel is situated in the word is where our jaw drops down, and that forms the syllable in the word. So 20 of these, and the air comes out, our jaw rushes down. Our jaw goes down, as the air comes out. A, e, a, e, ear, I, o, oi, u, ua, o, ow, and Okay, and every time we do that, just looking at that gets that into our memory. Alright, so if we go into Ed Studio and bring up our spelling for week 2, and what we're going to do today is we're actually going to go through and write the spelling words, but this time we're going to box the phonemes into graphs, digraphs, and trigraphs. And as we know, 1 letter, 1 sound is a graph, 2 letters, 1 sound is a digraph, and 3 letters that make 1 sound is a trigraph, and then quadgraph, which is 4 letters. So our first word, and head up your page like this, with your name at the top, and it's, week 2, Wednesday, the 29th, nearly at the end of the month, 29th of April 2020, and spelling. And there's one of our spelling words right there, Wednesday, which as we know is based on Woden's Day, which is Odin's Day from the Vikings. Alright, so our first word is silence. So when you write this, write it big enough so that your letters are a bit more separated, so you can box that clearly. Okay, so silence. Yesterday we did our phonemes. I, l, e, n, s. So we have 1 graph for s, 1 graph for I, 1 graph for l, e, n, s. The CE is the digraph. Our second word, vital. That's an easy one. So write that one with a bit of space in between your letters. Vital, V is on its own. I, T, make that one nice and tall. L. So that is or L, I should say, is a phonetic word. 1 letter makes 1 sound. And then we continue on. I'll do a couple more with you. Number 3 is react. R-E-A-C-T, react. And you can hear that C as we say it. R-E-A-C. And we can go up and make a nice tall box for react. Number 4, seizure, S-E-I-Z-U-R-E, whoops, so the E is the I in the E, isn't it? That's a digraph. Seizure, and there's your trigraph with the 3 letters at the end. Then our next word is vocal. V-O-K-A-U. V-O-K-A, and a nice tall one for our L, vocal, and that's another phonetic word. So I want you to continue going on through those words and just box it into graphs, digraphs and trigraphs. Count out the phonemes on your hand and do that. And that's your spelling activity for today, which will help you remember how to spell those words and understand the sounds and what letters go together to make the phonemes a lot better than look, cover, say and check or whatever it is. Okay, so moving on to our writing lesson for today. And you can pause me while you catch up with that one. And our writing lesson is to do with the Alchemist. And we're up to this will be our last lesson for this today as well. So we might have a writing and a spelling lesson as one tomorrow, where we'll use our spelling words to do some writing. And you use the document that you downloaded and you've changed your name on there. And we're now up to, for Wednesday, this is how quickly we're moving through our lessons. So yesterday we did a 6 sentence where we rewrote the sentences and made them more interesting. And then you drew some pictures. If you haven't done that, you can do that now. Or we'll make it today's activity, the perfect picture, where you draw the jars that are in the image and can you draw a picture of the person who's concocted contents of the jar and think carefully about her nature and her appearance? And I had some great pictures from Jake. I had a really excellent looking witch and Capri, really great pictures. I might go in and find those for you. So here's the story starter, and this is the sentence starter at the beginning that you must use, and then you're going to write me a story. So the story starter is, she had resided at Ravencliff Crag for hundreds of years, perfecting her art, honing her skills. Her concoctions bubbled and frothed in front of her. She let out a hearty laugh. Not long now, she muttered under her breath. Her creation was almost complete. So you can either make that a full stop there, don't use the ... dots, that just means that you go on and write, or you can finish that sentence. Please keep it cohesive. So the story is about a witch or an alchemist who's making these worlds in these jars. Don't then go and write about something completely different. Keep the story flowing about those things that are in the image. When you do write, be expressive, descriptive, use descriptive words, try and use some metaphors. Her worlds were as interesting as the animals in the jars were like. Compare them to something. And make sure you check your work. After you have written your work, go back and reread it, check your punctuation, read your sentences aloud and make sure it makes sense. And that is our writing lesson today, so you can send those through to me and I'll look forward to reading those and giving you back dojo stars and comments. Thank you very much.